Yep. What's up, everyone? I'm just gonna wait for people to get in here, see what's going on. It's your girl, Fantastic Frankie, live here. We gonna talk about Invincible, and if I have some time, I'll go through Yasuke, whoever. It doesn't matter because it was so terrible. And I guess that's most of my review. But yeah, man, I missed you guys. I'm excited. What's up, Anthony? I'm excited to see you guys pull up. And yeah, we gonna have a good time. We gonna have a really good time. Invincible, I tried to put y'all on last year when they went into production. And essentially y'all played me. And I'm glad that y'all came around to really um join in, and I just want to take time to kind of break down each character. If we're ready, I don't know, but I think You Don't Read Comics is going to pull up later, Ronald Simmons. So hopefully that's going to happen as well, because I think that's going to be dope. But either way, we're going to have a good old time, y'all. A good old time. So let's get started. Let's see how many people we got up in here. Enough to talk, I'll tell you that. So let's get started with Invincible. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Fantastic Frankie. I am an influencer. I talk about everything comics, anime, everything you may want, I got for y'all. Okay. And today I'm just gonna really break down the show. How do I feel about each characters? If you guys follow me, you know that how I feel about certain characters, and we had a little bit of tuffle about that yesterday. So I want to use this time to clear the air. So if y'all have something to say, put it in the chat and we're gonna go through it. But let's get started, y'all. Let's get started. I see Mark Grayson on here. I hope it's not the real one, because I'm about to be talking crazy about you. But let's get started with Mark Grayson, since I just brought him up. I love the thing I love the most about Invincible is how realistic this show is in general. And I know it's a superhero show, so there's like logic that's not involved. But in terms of how the characters react, the way people are talking to each other, it just really moves me, because I really like that. Similar to The Boys with the gore and just how greedy people are, and people's true intentions. I think this is great because nobody likes, or let me not say nobody, but that like Boy Scout, Superman type hero never really did anything to me, and I think that's why when I was younger, Batman always seemed like someone that I could identify with, because I don't know, I felt like he really had to work for it. And also Wonder Woman, because she was a savage. And the same with Storm, and just heroes that were rooted in those type of stories. And that's what I really appreciate about Invincible. So let's talk about Mark Grayson. He is the main character, and there are a couple things I need to clear up about him. Is yes, he is one of the most privileged main characters I've seen in a while. And that's excluding, of course, Batman and stuff like that. But unlike most superheroes where this like thing was bestowed upon him and he had to kind of figure things out, his dad is one of the top superheroes, and his dad is willing to teach him everything he knows. The problem with Mark is his own hubris. That's why he names himself Invincible. That's why he goes out when he's not ready. And to be honest, I don't never see Mark up in the gym ever. I just see him go out and be like, yo, I'm gonna fight people, and then come back. I do see some questions in here, like St. Patrick Tompkins is asking, why did he take back Amber? And one thing I will say about this, and I really want to get into their relationship in depth, you can't take somebody back when they broke up with you. So let's keep that verbiage in here when thinking about that relationship. But back to the Grayson. One thing I love about Mark is that he doesn't practice, and every time he goes out in the field, he gets washed because of it. And I think that's so great about his character. I mean, we see it in the comic book, and it's just so great to see that move, into real movement, into animation. And that's one thing I like. I like his relationship with his father. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know his relationship with his mother. And I feel like Deb was a character that kind of flew under the radar because nobody was paying attention to her. And I wonder if that's a commentary on women, especially women when they get married and become a mother, how like I just don't think they're taking it seriously and people don't pay attention. They set up for a role and they don't fall through it. But the thing about Deb that I love is that she's intelligent. She figures out things on her own, and she looks for the facts herself. And I really wish I could see that relationship with Mark kind of fleshed out some more. But back to Mark, y'all, and I really want to get into this relationship with Amber in a second, but I mean, his hubris is pushed through everywhere. You get what I'm saying? And I think it was dangerous for him to be out in the field, and nobody really stopped him because he's the son of Omni-Man. But Cecil and them wanted to check him to see what his power was like. But in reality, I'm certain that Cecil in any other capacity would have benched him and been like, you need to practice, you need more tactical skills because what you're doing is not right. And it's weird because a lot of people are idolizing him. I'm like, how many people died because Mark was out here wilding? When he was out here being Captain Save-A-Ho with Luke Cage, he got half of the Guardians of the Globe almost killed because of it. And I think that's something to be explored and something that people kind of gloss over. It was just really weird to me. Also, welcome to everyone who's jumping in. We talking shit about Mark Grayson. So if you're a big lover, you have something you want to say about him, or if there's something that you want to see, then yeah. I see Willie says yes, but he's a noob. Homeboy is still going through puberty. Yeah, he's still going through puberty, but let's remember, like, he doesn't have to be out here, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and he's not still going through puberty, y'all. He's 17. He's not young. Puberty done, boy. And I need you because we like him. He's a likable character, and his heart is in the right mind. But his hubris is getting people killed, and I think, like, literally, him trying to do all this stuff is getting people killed, and we like him so much, we kind of overlook it. Now, here goes someone else. Do you think Nolan's comment about his wife being more like a pet is a brief commentary on social norms, gender roles, etc.? Yo, and you know what? That's my piece on Mark. Let me go over to Omni-Man because, and this is what I love about Mark, about everyone. Everyone has consequences for their actions. With Omni-Man, Omni-Man is honestly my favorite character. And then in the last episode, when I got to learn more about his motivations and things like that, things started to fall in place with me. And I love that they set him up for this huge, huge redemption arc. Before I tell you why Omni-Man is one of my favorite characters, I want to paint this picture for you. He is a couple thousand years old. Time is relative at that point, right? We've been in quarantine for what, a year and a half, and even now we can be outside and still time is relative. I can't even believe it's Friday, y'all. I can't believe it. Also, y'all, I see up in the comments, Terrence, hello. We talk about the show. Please, no comic book spoilers in here. Some of our friends have not seen has not read the comics, and we don't want to ruin it for them. Let's talk about the show because we've all seen it. But yes, back to it, and welcome to everyone else who's joining. Left-handed one, great artist, Terrence, Michael, Willie, my girl Lynn from Bad Waifu, and B Uzamazi is up in here. Go ahead. But what's up, y'all? And Courtney Harden, thanks you guys for joining in. But yeah, the thing about Omni-Man is time is relative to him, and he was sent there on a mission that's been engraved in his head, right? He's been told, you are better than everyone else, you know more than him, blah 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 blah. Go ahead and colonize this planet for us. They need us. Look how primitive they are. They don't, their medicine is terrible. They're so weak. They only live to be about 75, things like that. And in his mind, for thousands of years, he fought to be there, right? He fought for that position to go there. And it was Deb who tamed him. So when Deb went and was like, yo, when he said, yo, Deb is just a pet, I truly don't think, I think he was saying it to himself to justify him bringing his homeboys from his home planet. Because in reality, Deb is the reason why he was so tame. Deb is the reason why he fell in love with his son, who he probably saw as an extension. Like, okay, this is another tool I can use to kind of colonize this planet. And he said those things, I think, for two reasons. One was to kind of, validate his actions and justify what he was doing to himself. But also, I think he knew Deb was listening. And I think he needed a reason, or at least that message would get back to her. And I think he needed her to let go. And he was kind of providing it. Now, I can be totally wrong. I could be like just reaching because I like Omni-Man as a character. But he reminds me of a Black parent, which is hilarious to me. Kind of like the spare the rod, spoil the child. I think he was chilling on Earth, and I thought in my head, I think that it was Mark getting his powers that kind of snapped him back into it and was like, oh, shoot, I do have to do this thing. If you notice, he didn't attack the Guardians of the Globe until after Mark presented his powers. So to me, what that was saying, he was like, oh, shit, I forgot I had to do this thing. Let me hurry up and weaken the planet. So my homies are going to come. It's been 17 years and they're wondering what's going on. And I think that's also why he was so serious at the table. I don't know if y'all remember, but in episode 1, Mark is hyped. He's like, yo, I just got my powers pop. What's up? And his father gets stone-faced and he's like, are you sure? And I think that was him kind of processing in his head, like, fuck, I gotta murk these hoes, and I kind of like it here, and I like Deb, and I like everything here. So I thought that was kind of interesting. He's definitely beating his kid and doing the tough love tip, and I could definitely see some Black parents doing the same thing. Maybe not punch you square in the chest, but like I was getting whoopings, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I was getting whoopings when I was younger. And I definitely felt him there. Like he's like, I gotta prep you. You try and be out in these streets. Let me make sure that you're out here in the streets. And I love that he's constantly reminding him, like, yo, I'm not, we are not the same. You need to practice. I need to show you that you need to practice. And that's what I mean by Mark has so much hubris, because I feel like for anyone else, getting punched in the chest that hard and coughing and being that surprised and scared would have humbled you and been like, I need to get my shit together. Or even the first time he got washed up, he would have been like, yo, I should be practicing more before I go out in the field. But every episode Invincible was out here when he shouldn't have been. The only time was and not just that, but I feel like there's no communication he has with Cecil or his father where they can come instantly. Like the technology is there, and I'm confused why he never uses it. Because I don't know, it just reminds me of Superman and Lois. She presses a button, he's there in an instant. We see how fast they move. I just feel like he never ever calls for help. And that's what gets me the tightest about Mark. And that's why I'd be like, that's why you got washed up. Because you out here fighting people you don't know. You think you're the strongest because your dad is strong, and you have not done the work that your dad have done. And I mean, that's all I'm going to say about that for right now before I go into Amber. But I love Omni-Man. I love J.K. Simmons. I feel like nobody can do my heart's in the right place, but I'm an abusive a-hole better than him. And I think the voice acting all around is perfect. And I just think seeing the disparity between Omni-Man and what he's doing with, you know, Mark and him calling himself invincible, that's insane. With this, it's just crazy. But I already see y'all talk about Amber. Y'all, let me get prepped for this, because if you guys follow me, you know my feelings on Amber. But I need to clear the air for people who haven't been on my page before, or if people really have their piece about Amber. Now, I don't like to refer to comics when I'm talking about live action or animation, but I feel like in this instant, I want to at least discuss Amber's character, right? So Amber in the comic books is not black. She's white. She's a bimbo, and she's essentially just with Invincible just because he's invincible. Like there's no depth to her character. Now, they decided in the show to make her black because they cast Zazie Beetz as Amber. And you know, I really fuck with that decision. Like, I'm tired of like, yo, if the person is black, make them black. It's always weird to me when I hear a white person voicing a black actor, or when I hear, I mean, except for Phil Lamar and Cree Summers, any other time when I hear a black person voice someone who's like white, I'm like, this is weird. Now, with Amber, I need y'all to remember a couple of things. First, I noticed, y'all, and I'm not saying this, y'all, because I can't see every person on this stream, but I noticed at least the people commenting on the page. I noticed the anti-blackness that were associated with Amber, right? So Amber having a voice, Amber advocating for herself, Amber not taking bullshit and lies was equated to her being an angry black woman or toxic or mean. And I feel like if that was Adam Eve moving the same way, yeah, I'd be like, you girl. But I saw so many people, and if you're one of those people, I'm not here to bash you, but if you're a person who felt like Amber was toxic, okay, or an angry black woman, tell me why. Please throw it in the chat. And I really want to discuss this because Amber did what most women will do. Okay. A couple of things. Both of them are 17. They not grown people. This is probably their second. For Mark, it's his first relationship. Back to that hubris with Mark. Mark was in no way being a boyfriend to Amber. And I think y'all saying it like he missed going to the movies once or twice. Every time they were supposed to link, he was not there. There were times he would just vanish, like ghost her for probably a night or so. And I get what y'all saying. Like, Mark, it was saving lives, but she did not know that, right? So for months, he was just this apparition. You get what I'm saying? And it for any age, I feel like if you're never talking to me, if you're in and out, you canceling my mom, y'all, and Amber's black. If I tell you about my mom's and mom's cook dinner, okay, and mom's cook dinner and you don't pull up, or you pull up after dinner, y'all, I'm so mortified. My mom is never gonna like you. Like, there are things there that comes with it. And I already see someone, Joshua Grady says, Amber, a toxic feminist. There, you know, I could already tell men. I'm not gonna talk bad about you, Grady, but I need you to explain what a toxic feminist in this case. When I think of toxic femininity, I think of like white feminism where they're excluding people, but she literally just advocated for herself. And I see so many men, like, they want us to be subservient, and when we're not, it gets y'all tight. And that's why y'all keep on citing like Lois Lane and like Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane, who all live, y'all, terrible lives. They're dating these superheroes and they die. They get kidnapped all the time. They can't even have a wedding without all this stuff. And I just feel like Y'all not giving this grace to this 17-year-old girl who was just being real, y'all. She's just being real. So back to it. Months. Amber does not know why he's being shaky. In her head, she was like, why is he playing these games with me? Does he really like me? Like, what's going on here? Blah, 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 blah. And then I'm assuming maybe after the bus, whatever, she kind of thinks, I bet, he looks like Invincible. I know Mark, they had slept together. She's probably like that he's Invincible, right? Now, this is what I'm talking about here. Y'all talking about why didn't she confront Mark? First of all, the way that y'all moving right now about her, if she would have confronted Mark, y'all would have been like, oh, she's a bitch. That's number one. But number two, why is it on her to confront Mark about a secret? Why? There are other heroes. Maybe she was like, yo, okay, She gave him chances, not just for her to come clean, to get his act together, to learn how to balance things. And I just feel like it's not. And also, what if he wasn't invincible, right? And she come out here with accusations and he ignores it. And now he gaslights her. Like, why would she put herself in that situation? She's like, all right, I think he's invincible. Maybe I'm rationalizing his action. Maybe that's the only way I can rationalize his action. Either way, I felt like, okay, it wasn't like she knew the whole time. She said she knew for a couple weeks after they had been dating for months. They met each other parents. She gave up the cookies, all that stuff. They dating. Everybody know. They talking about going to college together. Now, the breakup, I think a lot of y'all hate the breakup because it hits home with y'all, and I feel y'all. But the breakup made sense to me. The breakup, ooh. Someone said, didn't the same thing happen to Gwen Stacy in the Spider-Man movie? No one had to think pieces on her breakup. And I think what it is the writing made her breakup seem wild real. Gwen Stacy and all them seems like so far away. She did not gaslight him. She walks up, right? She's gone. She don't know what's going on. Her life is in danger, right? He finally comes back, right? And she's like, bro, where were you? Because remember, she doesn't truly know if he's invincible or not, right? His friend is like, oh yeah, don't you know he's invincible, basically? And he cuts him off. So then she realized that, oh shit, he really is invincible. Number one, that was confirmed. And two, she's asking him, it's clear you're invincible. You left for a second when Invincible came and then you deaf, right? And I'll get over what gaslight means. And then he lies to her face in front of his mans. And then he doesn't say, look, I'm going to tell you when privately, please just trust me. He doesn't say that. He just denies it. It was like, he goes with the same bullshit. Okay. So she goes, you're a coward, not because he was saving lives, not because she thought he ran away, but because the man that's like, yo, I want to start my life with you. Okay. He's like, yo, I don't know. And he's not willing to share it. And it's nothing worse than thinking you're on a certain level with someone and then they're not there. So I'm going to take a quick break, y'all. I got Ron here. What's up, man?
What's good?
Ron, read comics here. You came in just in time because I know your team, Mark. Right? Let me see. I don't think your mic is on. I can't hear you.
You can't? Hold on.
Let's see. Can y'all hear him? Let's see.
Oh, let me one time.
Let me make sure my mic is on. Maybe it's that, and I've just been sitting here in silence.
You don't hear me?
Oh, now my mic's on.
You don't hear me?
Okay, you can hear him?
Yeah, I can. I can't.
You can hear me too?
And I hear you, Frankie. I don't know why you don't hear me.
All right, y'all. Hold on a second. Hold on, y'all. It's my first stream with somebody else. Give me a second.
Oh, I'm special.
And of course, my mouse died. All right. I got y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna go here. See if this works better. And I'm just gonna fuck up my hair.
Don't do that.
You said don't do that? Well, at least I heard you now. Okay. All right, y'all. I can hear Ron. Welcome. Thank you.
What's up?
We lit. Thank you for joining us. You team Mark, right?
A little bit. Like I understand where she's coming from, but she's wild. But at the same time that she's wild, she's a teenage girl. It's not like, you know what I mean, a different kind of relationship. You know, where they're adult and like they haven't even formed like adult feelings. So I understand why she wild out like that. Damn, now I can't hear you. Your mic is muted, yo. I see the mic thing is muted. You gotta click it on the screen. It's not your real mic. It's like on the screen. You gotta click it. Damn, Frankie. You muted, yo. On the screen, you gotta click it. At the bottom of the screen, where it says like a cam, mic, studio, all that stuff, that's where you gotta click the mic. You're not even listening. Oh, it's because of your mouse. Yo, why you don't got a touch screen laptop? Why is your laptop not touchscreen right now? And even if it wasn't touchscreen, can't you use your finger to move around like a mouse? No? You mad bootleg, guys. For somebody who came up like so big, you still you try to stick to your roots. All right, is your mouse in now? Click it, yo. What are you doing? You need a whole producer. You need a whole producer, a whole studio, and a whole producer. I don't know if you can hear me. At the bottom of the screen, just click the mic. And she's having mad technical difficulties right now. Oh. Mm-hmm. No. I'm about to call her.
Yo, we in here. Jesus.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, y'all. Yo,
did you hear me that whole time?
Yo, the whole time I could hear you. Every other time things move smoothly, and I was like, it'd be the time I got a guest here that things just go all the way out. My bad, y'all. I'm so sorry. And like 1 minute, 2 minutes in like computer time is 45 minutes in real life. So we in here, we good, yo. All right, now where were we? So what do you think was wilding about Amber and the way that she just moved with her breakup?
I think like the way that she's like I think she was so done with him, but like even though he had like a valid reason, even though Eve was saying that Mark is in the hospital, Mark is this, Mark is that, and she was still like, bugging out, like, nah, I need him to do this, I need him to be here. Like, I don't want to say she was selfish, but
but like this is the thing. She was saying Mark is in the hospital. And then when Mark wasn't letting her come to the hospital, Mark wasn't letting her see her. So in her head, she's like, I'm supposed to be your girl, and you won't even let me take care of you.
That's valid. I'm not even gonna argue. That's valid.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all valid. Like, she's not supporting him. How's she gonna support him?
And it's a teenage relationship. You got to build a relationship before you get to the level where I'm going to support you. If I just started dating you, don't expect me to support you.
You thinking like an adult. Like you thinking like an adult. As a teen, you saying I love you 1 month in, right? As a teen, like time is totally different. You met my parents, and y'all saying they not married. They were planning their entire life together. Were they not? They were like, let's go to college together. Let's do this. I'm in here.
That was very, it was Mad Boy Meets World.
Yo, but that's Topanga. That's how things feel like in college, in high school, and in college. I used to date this guy in high school, and I thought like for the rest of my life we'd be together. I was thinking about how we gonna raise our kids, and we probably were together like 8 months. You know what I'm saying? But like I was like, yo, we need to start applying to colleges. Where you trying to go? Where we So that's the thing. I feel like people aren't giving Amber the grace of her being a teen.
They are, and I think one of the reasons some people aren't giving her that grace is because she's black. Like as soon as a black woman acts up on TV, it's like she's a B, she's a this, she's a that. So.
Ron, I know you on my page. You've seen how many people are like, do you feel like she was doing an angry black woman trope? Like
no, not even.
I don't.
Even. She was just an upset teenage girl, you know. And then like people really don't give her credit for is that she apologized to Mark. Yeah. Like after she apologized. She like that's the what Omni-Man. She apologized.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she apologized, and I think that's what people think that she broke up with him because he lied about being a superhero.
She broke up with him because she was lonely, and then some people are saying that well, he's a superhero, like so that means that she has to be lonely, like she could be with somebody else for all that.
And I think that's what the frat guy was there to show her. Like she's like, do I want to be Gwen? Like, why y'all idolizing Gwen Stacy and all them? Like, you of all people know. First of all, Gwen Stacy got clapped, y'all. Spoiler alert. That's what happens when you somebody's girlfriend. And it's like Mary Jane, how many times has she gotten kidnapped? Their wedding was ruined, wasn't it? Like
a bunch of times, yeah. Like and then like it got to the point where the stories were better without Mary Jane anyway. So it's like let's just break them up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think Mark thinks that he can have a relationship because he sees that his dad,
and that's the thing. I do, but and then he's not even putting in the effort that his dad put in like that. Like his dad messes up with his mom. I know he's Omni-Man or whatever, but he's like flying to Paris, and I'm taking you here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. What was Mark doing? He brought her a rock.
And he said, hey, that's what I'm saying. He brought her a rock. Yo, that rock was from Mars, though. That rock was from Mars, y'all. That shit is fire. But I do think that like the thing about Mark is that he not even thinking, like you said, Omni-Man flying to Venice to bring wine back home.
And he has that example right in front of him, and he's not trying to emulate it. So,
and he says no, right? Like he's like, there are other people. Cecil has the technology. I don't need to be at everything. And I think that's something that Mark doesn't know. He doesn't know how to say no. No, yeah. He doesn't. And he ruins everything. He ruined Mars. Y'all don't remember that? Everybody rolled over that. They got a takeover because of him. He almost got that troll. And
he messes up. He messes up, especially early on. Like, I don't know if you heard me say it before, because I'm actually a big Invincible comic book fan. Like, the reason I love Mark is because he's like a Spider-Man and a Superman allegory.
Yes.
Like, I love Mark because of that. Yeah. So like he's gonna mess up a lot before he gets it right.
But like when Spider-Man was coming into his own and was messing up, I felt like it was way lower stakes, right? Like everybody wasn't
because he's not Superman. Yeah. Spider-Man's doing street level stuff mostly for the most time, and Superman is doing world. Yeah, it's bigger stakes, like you said.
Exactly, and I feel like Mark should have known how big the stakes was, and he just didn't. He thought he was better than that. He's like, I'm invincible.
Yeah, he did. He did think he was invincible. Yeah. This
is my question. How's he paying for the suit every day? A new suit every day. Where that cheese coming from?
The money coming from the books,
What books?
Money. The book money, his father's books.
Don't he sell travel books?
Yeah. But the government is buying the books. It's not real sales, it's fake sales.
So it's just the government.
They faking their streams. Yeah, they faking their streams.
They streaming their streams. Dang.
Yo, J. Cole dropped May 15th.
Yo, who's that? Yo, no, that's serious though. J. Cole is dropping. Y'all not gonna hear me. Y'all crazy. I gotta listen to that in silence. Yeah. So this is my question. Because I talked about it right before you got on about Omni-Man. Do you think
be careful what you ask me, because I read the whole series.
I know, but think about just the show. If you could think about that, and because this is the thing about comic books, we read the comic books and we don't know where the series is
there were definitely a lot of changes in I talked about with Mike about it. There's definitely a lot of changes in the shows in the book, and positive changes too. Yeah, like, Omni-Man is bad in the book, but in this show, he's He's ridiculous.
He's
Like,
bad. He's bad, but I felt like it was kind of not justified, but I understood it. Like to him, this is like this small planet. He's been ingrained for years, thousands of years. This is what he's been thinking. And like 17 years is a lot to us, but to
it's
him,
nothing to him.
that's 15 hours.
Yeah, so that's a vacation.
That's a vacation. You know, you guys ever been on vacation and you imprint on people there? You may get a vacation boo.
Yeah.
You know, like
your accent change or something like that.
Yeah,
you start talking like them.
You get your hair done like you like, what y'all doing over here? You get your hair done like it, and then you leave and it's done. You leave and it's done. You like you hear all those people who go to St. Vincent. How many people you think sent money? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how he felt. But in some way, I feel like, and tell me what you feel, I feel like Debbie actually tamed him.
Oh, like Obama?
Yeah.
Like Obama? I think so. He don't want to admit that. And I think that he felt that, you know, when Mark was like, no, you love us, this. I think he kind of felt that.
Yeah. Like, you think he meant it when he called her a pet?
See,
going off the episodes you saw, going off. This is you speculating, pretend you ain't see it. I get what you're saying, but
no, I think he was just trying to sit at the Mark. I think what he was trying to do is convince himself, and if Mark had went along with what he said, then he would have been right. But since Mark made him feel at the very end, he's like, "Damn, I messed up," you know?
Yeah. And he dipped, y'all. And that's something. Yo, he knew he was going to kill Mark.
He left to get a pack of cigarettes.
Yo, fact. He did leave to go and get it back. And you know the thing is, people don't realize. Okay, I don't think he actually planned on killing Mark. And I think he also, two things. The Vulture mites are like Saiyans, right? Every time they get washed, they get a little bit stronger. And two, he was like, he need an ass whooping.
Yeah, he did need that. He needed to learn some respect. But this is not a spoiler, but I think that the reason why he beat up Mark, all this stuff, is because Mark got his powers. If Mark didn't get his powers, the Earth would have been deemed like a race that, we could take them over, but we can't, breed with them. We can't do this with them. So it's a dub. He could have just left the planet Earth, or it could have been his play planet or whatever, something like that. But since Mark got his powers, and it's like, okay, this is a planet that we could, make more Viltrumites on and expand the, expansion or imperialism, then it was confirmed that he had to take the planet over. That's why he was like, I wish he never got his powers.
Yo, agreed. And I saw that because notice he didn't, I mentioned it early on the show, he didn't kill the Guardians of the Globe until Mark announced that he powers. And that's why he got so somber about it, right? Because if he still believed in what their philosophy was, what he was raised on, when Mark got his powers, he would have been like, it's lit. Let me go call my homeboys and do what I had to do. But I think he was upset because he was like, I really liked it here. I was going to play around. When Deb left, I would have went back, maybe found a new
exactly. Like you said it, like it's like a blip in time to him. So at a minimum, he would have just stayed there until Debbie died, until like, okay, now I'm gonna take over the planet. At a minimum. Right.
Maybe that's what he thought. He was upset because he was like, dang, I thought I had more time. You know what I mean? But yeah, it made me really sad. I knew he was bad, but I wanted it to be like something like physiological that he couldn't change, like on some Bucky Barnes.
I mean, it's not like that level, but like just as a race, the Viltrumites aren't as emotional as they don't have the same emotional capacity as humans because of all the training they've been doing. And for generations, it's just stronger survive. So emotion has kind of been kind of like snipped out,
Yeah. So here's my question for you. Okay, because you hate John Walker. You hate John Walker.
I hate crackers.
Oh, you hate crackers. Oh, okay. Yo, if it's a white thing, I feel you. you.
Nah, it's not a white thing.
But how different do you think that John Walker is from Mark? Because in me, I felt like John Walker worked harder to become Captain America than Mark did to become
Definitely,
Invincible.
Mark has a part of privilege. He was born with those powers. Not born, but it's part of his bloodline. He didn't have to work for that,
Right, but he still went out with no training and stuff like that. So it's like the things that I hear people were complaining about with John Walker. I was like, why y'all not complaining about this with Mark? Like people were like, oh, he put people in danger, he did this. I'm like, Mark did the same thing.
But Mark doesn't have any training, and he did that. John Walker has training, and he did
But
that.
Mark knows better.
John Walker should know better.
Yo, but real quick, y'all, and I don't want to get into a Captain America speech, y'all. When did he put someone in danger?
Who, John Walker?
Yes, on the show.
I don't know, when he was in public and killing flag smashers.
Yo, they were flag terrorists that he was told terrorists. Dead or alive. He's a man of the state. They said,
they ain't say dead or alive. You can't execute somebody publicly. I'm telling you,
it was publicly.
You cannot execute somebody publicly.
I know you can't do it publicly. That's because his man's got clapped. But if they were in that warehouse and he clapped him, nobody would have said nobody, right? It was because he ran out.
You're right.
But yo, Mark,
it's all about how the public views you.
Exactly. You know? But Mark, I could see Mark doing the same exact thing. If they killed, is his name William? His friend. If they killed William and he chased anyone who was involved in William's death, you get what I'm saying? You don't think he would have clapped him right there? Like punched him to death? I don't know, y'all. And y'all calling Market Kid. This is the thing that getting me. Y'all real flimsy with this energy. Market Kid, but Amber ain't. You gonna say
no,
like
I said Amber's a kid.
You said Amber. I'm talking about in the comments. These same people who are like Amber's a bitch. Nah. I see him like Market Kid. I'm like, y'all. They the same. They the same. So what do you think about who would you say is your favorite characters on the show?
In Invincible? I love Mark. I love Invincible. Probably because I know he's the character. He's the character that I know the character he's gonna become. They haven't really introduced some of my favorite characters yet. I love Battle Beast. You saw him briefly. I love Battle Beast.
Yeah, I do like him too. I call him Tony the Tiger, but you know.
Yeah. And then next season we'll probably see a villain that is one of my favorite villains in comics. So I'm not gonna say his name or anything, but like I said, like there's more stuff to be introduced. But I love Mark. I like the depictions. I really love Debbie. In comparison to the comics, to her, like she don't take no shit in the show.
None of the women, but you see, they never called her this like angry Asian, right? Because she was in there like, the 2 + 2 don't equal 6 is when she was running around.
It's not like that in a book, so you can see how much like we've grown as a society, and because the book came out like 2003, and it was written a different way. But now it's like, I don't want to say the book is. I mean, the show is more woke than the book, but I mean that's for better lack of words.
I think some of it is that they couldn't write in 2003. Some of this stuff couldn't be written in the book and accepted. You know what I mean? Like we weren't there at that point. And to your point, I think it's so fire that people don't even know. Like this is the okay part of the story.
Yeah.
Like y'all like it?
Yeah, it gets fucking crazy.
What would you rate your favorite scene on the show?
Oh, my favorite scene is probably the scene that broke my heart, the train scene. Like, in the show, I mean, in the comic book, he just knocks him down to the train station. Everything falls apart. But then, like, the show, when he, like, grabs him and he kind of, like, he's using Mark's body, the trauma.
To rip them,
Yeah, the trauma. And Mark is a good person. Like, he wants to help people, like, deep down. So for him to, like, have all that blood on his hands, like, metaphorically and, literally, and not be able to do anything about it, like and like to be like a good person, like that's gonna stick with him forever. He's traumatized.
Yeah, no, agreed. That's funny. My favorite scene is actually not that one, but just him getting punched to Chicago. It's the funniest shit I ever heard. Like he punched mans to Chicago. I don't think that.
Yo, that's his son, yo. He just.
I don't know, man. I've seen people do the equivalent to their child in the name of disciplining them. You know what I mean? Well, not anymore. People don't get beat in the street. But when you and I grew up, right? We got punched to Chicago too, right?
Yeah.
You ain't never get hit to Chicago?
I did. But I'm not saying it was right. I'm not saying it was right.
It wasn't right. I definitely got hit to next week, to the future. You get what I'm saying? So it's definitely, I thought, but yeah, that definitely resonated with me. All in all, what would you rate the show?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10? Yo, agreed. I couldn't even really give it critiques.
Yeah.
Sometimes the animation looked weird to me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's 9 out of 10. That's the
Yeah,
9. That's let me
that's
say
the
the 9.
one.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that's the 1 point. Yeah,
it's not like One Piece or Black
yeah,
Clover where I'm like,
yeah,
I can't watch this.
yeah. I could get through Black Clover. One Piece is just the ugliest thing ever, bro.
I
And I know
cannot.
so many people love it. I know the story has to be good,
I
but it's
know
just
it.
so ugly.
I just can't do this. I can't do this. I was like, y'all want me to dedicate a year
Hmm.
of my time to
Hmm.
watch this
It's like
butt?
yo, it's like yo. I got a friend for you. She a good person. She's
She
mad
got a real
cool.
good heart, yo. She got a
She-
real good heart. She's so funny. He fun, yo. And then he come and he's short. And then I'm like,
That's what it is.
but that's enough about Invincible. I gotta talk about and correct. I don't know how to say. Is it Yusuke? Yasuke?
Yasuke. I want to say Yusuke too because I'm a big Yu Yu Hakusho fan, but
Me
it's
too.
Yasuke.
It's Yasuke.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into it that much, y'all, because I didn't have the strength to watch it multiple times like I do most shows to really give a review. But yeah, tell me your thoughts. If y'all have thoughts about it in the comments, let me know. But yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
I like mechs. I like black folk. I like anime. I like samurais. I like all those things, and they had all those things, but I didn't love it. But I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I
Yeah.
just didn't love it.
I think they put too much stuff in there. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, why am I
They
seeing
put a
Max?
lot of stuff in, yeah, with no explanation. You know what I mean? Like I like kind of want to get the background of the world and why it's like this and stuff like that, and I just didn't get that. And then towards the end, like the characters, their motives, I didn't have enough. There wasn't enough to build those motives for me to care about them. So
And it's such a short show. Why did
exactly,
it take me over a week?
exactly. I think if it should have been longer and they should have put more into the characters. Like the only character you kind of learn about is Yasuke, and even still, I kind of wanted to learn more about him. It's just
Yeah. I one thing I didn't like, yeah, I felt like it should have been his rise into being a samurai sword in
exactly,
that
exactly. I
show.
want to see the whole journey of that. You know, a black samurai, more of how he was treated and stuff like that. But we
Yeah.
kind of spent like 5 minutes on that, and that's kind of like a big deal. You
That's a
know.
huge deal. And you
Yeah.
know what? I would have taken the magic, right? Because that's actually rooted in African lore and
Hmm.
spiritualism and religion. So like that African dude he was fighting with the whole time, how he
Hmm.
was bringing like Yoruba and
Yeah.
Ashai and stuff. That
Yeah.
would have
And
they could have kept that.
yeah, it was dope too. And like I said, they ain't touch it and they ain't talk about it at all. And I would have loved that.
Yeah, the other thing I don't like, and tell me if you feel differently. I like Lakeith
Hmm.
Whatever, but I feel like whenever there's an alternative black,
Hmm.
they hire him, and I don't think his range is there. So sometimes I feel like
He thinks his range
he
is
thinks
there.
his range is there, but there was something, and he's not even on screen. But there was times that the character himself was screaming, and Lakeith Stanfield was like, "Yo, this ain't right," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yo, I need you to yell into the mic. You don't be
Yeah. I
seeing
need
these
more
voice
emotion.
actors
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly." And I didn't see the range, and I
I
just was
think
like,
was this his first time voice acting? No,
"Dang, was it?"
it might have been.
Yeah, because Death Note was real.
Hmm.
Uh, Dang, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was his first time voice acting, but he know how to
And
act.
then yeah, and yeah, he do know how to act. But the problem I got with Keith Stanfield, even though he is a great actor, I need him to take some different roles because all the roles he got just like bitch ass
Is
dudes, and
L.
snitches, and yeah, just take a different role, bro. Because you keep playing that role, I'm gonna see you like that. Maybe you're like a really great person, but
Yo, it's the Anthony Mackie effect, y'all. Talked about this at
yeah,
the clearance. I always saw him as a shuck and jive, like coon. After I
especially
saw him like
because Keith
that,
Stanfield did such a great job in Judas and the Black Messiah that I hated him so much. And it's like that means you're a good
right?
actor, but you need to do something else so I can like you as a person.
Like as a person, so I'm drawn to your movies.
Yeah.
Because I feel like similarly, Childish Gambino, Darnold Glover,
Hmm.
he is an actor with bigger range, and you can
Hmm.
see that. Like I've seen him upset. I've seen him
Hmm.
in
Oh yeah, he
as
probably have been a good ass Yasuke or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
he may have.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just thought it was disjointed. I wasn't too upset about them adding. I know a lot of people were upset that they added in these like magical things because like
Mm-hmm.
they could
Yeah,
release
magic and
something.
robots. Yeah.
Yeah, because I watched stuff like Vinland Saga. Have you seen
Mm-hmm.
it?
I don't think so.
Ooh, it's on Amazon Prime. All of y'all, if y'all got time, because I think the second season's coming out in the month or so. Vinland Saga is fire, and it's about Vikings. Ain't no magic in it, none of that. Just hands. They just fighting. They just being Vikings, fighting and you know, pillaging. So it's like, if you can keep me entertained like that, why do we need to do it with this black show? You know what I mean?
don't know. Like you said, they tried to introduce too many things. Like you said, with the Magic Hero, but that was cool. But you didn't have to put mechs on top of that. You know, if it was just like a magic.
The mechs didn't even make sense. I was like, where these mechs? Who's making these mechs?
And the robot guy, I was like, is he a robot? Does he have some kind of, is he AI? Is there a person in there? But it's like you know,
is there a guy in the suit?
Exactly.
I don't know.
And it's towards the end when those guys were like, you know, kind of like on the winning side. It didn't make much sense to me either. Like I needed more of a story to build up to that, and they didn't give it to me.
And to be honest, my favorite parts were the flashbacks.
Exactly.
And that's because, like we said, like I really wanted to see his rise. Like there was so much story there. I couldn't believe they just tossed
the whole thing could have just been about him becoming a samurai, and I would have liked that. You know?
Yo, facts. Even homegirl who he went to clap her clan. That could have been a 3-episode arc, yo.
Yeah, they ran through it too fast.
Her. Yeah, maybe he clapped her cheeks. I don't know. Yeah. And then he go clap her mans. That's great. That's something I would really like to watch. But yeah, beyond that, I think I did like the soundtrack. Thundercat.
The soundtrack was cool, yeah. The soundtrack was cool. A lot of the action was cool, but some of the action to me was pretty repetitive. Like he was just cutting people up the exact same way, like blood flow. But some of the fights were really good too, though.
Yo, you gotta save cheese, and you do that by overlaying the same sequence.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it felt like. Somebody was playing the game and they were just doing the same move over and over.
Yeah, I did like, and this is back to a flashback when he did fight before he got trained,
and he had hands.
Yeah, but he was fighting like a black person.
When he got to the fight with the last dude, the dude that got resurrected, I thought when he said, "You're not good at doing stuff the old way," I thought he was gonna drop the swords and wash him up with the hands, but he didn't.
It was such a missed opportunity. Yes, because when I saw him fight, I said, "Yo, this is a street fight." Like, yo,
I thought he's gonna drop the swords and wash him up, yo.
Yeah, but I just think, and the creator was black, right?
Yeah, LaShawn Thomas. He does a lot of good stuff. He worked on the Boondocks. He did what's the joint on Netflix? Cannon Busters. He did something else too. He's a good guy.
Did you like Cannon Busters?
It was okay.
Yeah, okay, it was cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I always feel weird because people are like, and it's like we get so little. I never want to talk bad about a show.
Exactly.
And I love to talk bad about a show.
If it was really bad, I wouldn't even have mentioned it. But I liked it. It was okay. Yeah.
It was cool.
I pretend it never happened. Yeah, it was cool.
And once again, that soundtrack bopped. That intro was a bopper. But yeah, I heard he also in an interview, he said he wasn't even interested in keeping it true to form. He just thought the character was cool. So maybe that's what it is.
I didn't want to talk about it because Chadwick had the movie coming out, and he's supposed to play Yasuke in a live action.
I know.
Maybe he just took that and just ran with it,
Right. And I wish, and now I feel like we'll never really get a good Yasuke.
Yeah, but I think now because it's like it's supposed to be it is an actual story. Like there was a black samurai. I'll probably look it up and maybe read a book on it.
Yeah. I mean, I spent some time reading about it after. I was like, so what is his real story? Because it's clearly not this. And I was like, okay. And it was good. But the thing is about Yasuke, which is so interesting and it gives him so much room, is that most of it is rumors. Like we know he existed, but all of the accounts are just like some of his homies that passed it on in a game of telephone. So it's like,
that's how history works though, especially back then. Whatever people said, the people who won, whatever they said, that's history. So
right. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see it. What would you rate the show? 1 out of 10?
7.
A 7? Yo, you better than me. I give it 6.
For other stuff,
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 6 only because I like the way it was drawn. I really like had a lot of culture. I really like Thundercat, and there were just too many elements in it. I thought was the issue. But I mean, if you guys have time, I'd say watch it. But while you cleaning or something, it's in English, so you guys don't dedicate your only time to watch it. But yeah, we're coming off the top of the hour. I know I had a little break, but I have you on here, y'all. Both Ron and I really want to take the time to introduce y'all to some comics that are fire, that are made by us, drawn to look like us, and all of that jazz. And today I wanted to talk with you about this comic book called Eve. Yo, tell us about it. Has it been released yet? When is it planning on? Is there a
It came out
Kickstart?
this week. It's not a Kickstarter book. It's on Boom. It's just official. It's Victor LaSalle did. He's done a lot of good black books, and it's just like the hype for it has been crazy. Like like the groups I'm in that talk about comics because it's a young black girl and it's a sci-fi adventure, and we don't really get to see ourselves in that stuff.
Yeah.
Like when you see like post dystopian world and stuff like that, it's like there's no black people. You ran in the future. There's no black people.
Right. Yeah. We all gone first.
Yeah. So, but she's the lead, and I read it a couple of days ago, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Her dad's a scientist, which I love. I love seeing black scientists. And yeah, it seems like I've only read y'all the first one. And yes, Always Lynn Love is EVE. Like the Rough Rider.
Who's that girl?
We both had to say, no, both Ron and I are from New York. So EVE is the only reference we got. Yeah. I'm gonna post TikTok about it later. So I'll put the info in there as well for you guys to watch. But she brown skin, drawn properly. She got 4C hair. Her daddy black. Her daddy built an android. And she's a kid, just like, yeah, it's in a post-dystopian world. I think most of the world is underwater. Is that what it is?
Underwater, it seems like. Yeah, we don't know much. It's only the first issue. We don't know much, but something clearly happened to the world.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting, just the journey that they're going to put her on. And like you said, like, I ain't hear nothing about slavery or disparity. Exactly. I get our history. I get there is no way we can tell a story without showing that there's some sort of biases, or, like even Amber Bennett can't even be mad at her man without people calling her a black, without her being discriminated against. But I sometimes I just want to forget about that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want to escape. Like, we don't get any escapism.
Exactly. And then it's like in 2620, you telling me racism still a prominent? Oh my God, that makes me so sad. That makes me like 50 years in the future, we're still gonna have it. So yeah, y'all check it out. Both Ron and I heard, are you on the clock?
On the clock, I am on the clock, yo.
You got a TikTok, yo? Oh. I'm talking about the TikTok not working. I also support if you're stealing time, y'all. I'm supporting anyone who steals time for the job, fucked up jobs, unless it's your own job and you work for yourself. Then no, you should get back to work. But fuck the man, anti-establishment. But I heard you getting TikTok. Is it true?
Yeah, I'm getting it because you told me to. So that's
I know. I tried to make it seem all like I've been on TikTok for a whole of 4 days. And I love it. It's so easy to make a quick video on it.
I'm so old.
You're not that old, y'all. I'm old too. I'm definitely not in my 20s. I'll put that out there. I'm not gonna say my real age. Yeah. So you don't gotta be young. And I've been scrolling through the clock. There's some oldies up there, and their TikToks are whack. And people just follow you for the sense of it. And like, you just have so much knowledge on comic books, on indie comics. I think it's going to be a great look for you. But either way, both of us are going to be out there. We're going to be putting out referrals and stuff of Black comic books so we can get y'all out there. Ron, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at You Don't Read Comics. I'm not saying I'm big time, but you could like Google me and I'll pop up everywhere. I got good SEO.
He said, I got the SEO. Oh my God, y'all. Just You Don't Read Comics. First one up. That's a fact. If you go to YouDon'tReadComics.com, all of your socials are on there. Your face ain't on there too. So I'm glad people get to see your face, because people will never know how you look unless they on Black Gay Comic Geeks page.
Oh yeah, true. I be hiding.
You be hiding, man. He be hiding out here. You honestly one of the most dominant, I think, comic researchers out there, and like, you be flying under the radar. I love it.
I start putting my face out there more. I couldn't put my face out there before because people was getting jealous.
Oh,
yeah. That's toxic relationships.
Toxic relationship. Yo, I hear that. But now you out here. You out here, yo.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hopping on and still in time. I know you got 80 jobs, so I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Y'all, we doing this every Friday. Check me out at Fantastic Frankie. I think I got a little banner for y'all so y'all can see. Make sure you follow me on all the socials. Fantastic Frankie, FRANKEY. As Ron has so eloquently put, you can find him or you don't read comments anywhere. Just throw it in the Google bar and all of his socials will pull up. Okay, my man's got the meat, y'all. And yeah, we like to have fun. One last thing that Michael asked that I have to tell you as well. You gotta make a YouTube channel. You're funny. You funny, dude. You're
I heard that.
Guy.
That's what Mike said. Mike did tell me, like, you gotta make a YouTube channel. I was on doing his Falcon and Winter Soldier review. No, it was the WandaVision. And I was like, yo, it's because they write. And everybody was like, you know,
you're funny.
Out. Yeah.
You funny, yo.
Yeah,
you funny, bro. Yeah. So you good. Thank you so much for joining us. You pretty too. That's most of it. That's most of it. Your skin clear, your hairline here. That's half the work, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. Melanin popping, y'all. Check us out. Thank you so much for joining you. I'm definitely gonna have you on again. This time I'll make sure my mouse is charged. So we good to go, y'all. And thank you guys and have a fantastic week, my friends.
Peace.
Bye.